What's going on, y'all? Today I want to take a look at one of what is probably the most special knives in my collection. It's got sentimental value, and that's one of the main things I'm worried about with it, but it's also pretty hard to find nowadays. They are listed on eBay for exorbitantly more than they were retail, and it's just a humble Kershaw. But this isn't just any Kershaw. This is a Kershaw Groove. This is the Tanto black version. It is an R.J. Martin design, and we can see this one was released in March of 2008, which is around the time that I got this. I believe I got it in May of that year. This knife, this was probably the knife that really got me into collecting knives. You know, I carried a pocket knife before that, but this one kind of really sparked my interest into kind of seeing what else was out there, being aware that there were higher quality pocket knives, you know, more than just what I was used to at the time, which is either Boy Scouts or like the cheaper Columbia River stuff. I showed one of my old Columbia Rivers the other day. This knife was also bought by a close family friend who's no longer with us. I remember he took me to an Army Navy surplus store, told me to pick something out for a birthday present, and this is the one that I went with. And yeah, that was, Lord, coming up on 18 years ago. 2008, yeah, just about, or more. But this is still a pretty interesting looking knife, even by today's standards. Of course, the groove, we have those interesting grooved patterns on the blade there, that really interesting groove milling, and it is a hollow grind. This is a 14C28N blade, I do believe, and it's got the coating on it. I'm not sure if that's a PVD or DLC. We can see that it has been it has been worn off the flipper. This thing has been flipped. Who knows how many times. Primary carry for quite a few years. This was what I mostly carried after my old CRKT and then before my first Spyderco. So that bridged that gap of a few years there, and just a really special knife. So I think these are pretty hard to find now. The only thing I've seen about these, there's like a listing on eBay for them for around like $500. And people think that's what they're worth, but nobody's paid that. That eBay listing has been up there for like at least 4 years, I want to say. I'll randomly go see, like, oh, I wonder what these are worth. But I'll never sell this knife. This is a knife that I've never sold. I did send it into Kershaw for a spa day, like just like a sharpening, a few years ago, and I haven't really used it since just because I've had everything else in that time, but I did just want it freshened up. It's got that recurve blade, so you know, I wasn't too fond of sharpening those at the time, but I just kind of wanted to freshen it up a little bit. And this is probably one I'll never really use or carry anymore. It is very special to me. I don't want to risk losing it or anything like that. It's not that I want to baby it. It still sits out. I still see it and appreciate it. I show it off. It's in videos. I'll take it out in lives from time to time, just because I think it is a really interesting, cool knife. Little more on the specs. So we've got stainless steel scales, well, stainless steel frame with these G10 inlay scales here. It's pretty interesting looking design there. You know, I wish we saw a little more stuff like this. This is definitely in the like heavy tactical kind of feeling. You're extremely comfortable in the hand. Those ergonomics are very, very nice. We've got right hand only tip up or tip down. I'm gonna say I tried to change this to deep carry, or not deep carry, to a tip up carry. And it didn't jive with me at the time. So much more of it stuck out of the pocket, which I didn't like as much. And that was before I really knew or cared at the time. It's kind of one of those things. My eyes just weren't open to it yet. But this was, you know, before I ever, you know, I only loved this knife. I never had any problems with it. I didn't know what more or less was out there at the time. It still has a 100% solid lockup. I believe this is riding on washers. There is no detent on it. There is a detent ball, like there is technically a detent, but there is, you know, this was, I think, a little before the age of, in a production knife, having really nice, finely snappy tuned detent. So you do have to kind of use the flipper with some intention to get it fully deployed. It's got some scars on it, nothing too bad, but a little functional jimping there helps you get locked into the palm, some around the lock bar. and of course some jimping up on the spine, but I've always still really liked the look of this knife and still like breaking it out. One you don't really see too often anymore. I was trying to find one on YouTube, like the most recent review of this is like maybe 6 or 10 years old or something like that. I'm sure there's more out there, but still really, you know, I'm sure this would still be an excellent performing knife. Those grooves are really interesting. I'm not sure what real purpose that's going to serve. Maybe it'll help material not bind up so much on the blade as you're cutting, kind of like maybe you would allow it to flow through material more easily. I don't know, maybe I'll have to take it out with some cardboard and kind of see how it goes. But yeah, I just wanted to take a minute to show off one of what I think is one of the coolest knives in my collection. I still think it's right up there with anything else that's recent or new releases. Showing off that my old Columbia River the other day kind of made me want to break out my old Kershaw groove as well. But I hope you find this one interesting. Again, for the 100th time, I definitely do. But thank you very much for watching.